Well, tonight is the end of an era here at ABC12. This is the final night that Matt and I will be anchoring the news together. And during the past 20 years, I have had the honor of watching him go from the new kid reporting out on the street to the veteran who we all turn to now on the anchor desk. You learn a lot about someone when you share this anchor desk. The fact that you have over 150 ties, many of them were your dad's.
And the one that I'm wearing tonight.
Yeah, and you wear those to honor him. That's really special. And the way you always take time to call your mom and check on her, you really do. And I've seen you do it right here from the desk.
Hi, Mom, if you're watching.
Hi, Mom. You are an old soul. And you care about so many people, and that extends to our viewers each and every night. And as you go, you are truly leaving behind a legacy in our community.
Hundreds of utility crew members will be out and about over the next few days trying to get the power back on. We're talking about linemen and also tree trimmers. Bent rims and blown tires, they're the price that drivers have to pay when they hit a pothole around this time of year. The Beecher tornado went down in history as one of the worst weather-related disasters. On this somber anniversary, we talked to a survivor about that horrific night that changed the lives of so many. So we put a link for you up on ABC12.com. Now, fudge is at the heart of the business, but as you can see, we have many other varieties. We have the chocolate dipped Oreo, the white chocolate dipped Oreo, which is really good. JR's hand.
JR. Angie Hendershot along with Matt Franklin.
And this is ABC12 News.
You've trusted him to come into your home and tell your stories for nearly 2 decades.
It was always an inviting spirit to have into your home, to be able to watch and have a trusted voice.
They've been waiting for a chance to hear from President Barack Obama.
He has covered every president, interviewed every governor.
Right here on ABC12.
And brought every lead story right to your living room with a calm, steady presence for the past 20 years.
Hey, Charlie, how are you? Hey, we are vaxxed and back.
I like that, vaxxed
We are back.
Just a nice man, a nice guy. And I think you have to have that type of personality for folks to welcome you into their home every single night.
From even the way he delivers the news, you can tell that he cares about his presence and the stories and the people who are in those stories.
But in order to truly appreciate the poised journalist whose kind smile, grace, and poise has guided our community through so much, you need to go back to a story that began when Matt Franklin was just 9 years old, seeing veteran journalists who looked like him.
Legislators are considering.
Emery King, Huel Perkins, and Bob Jordan inspired Matt to practice writing news stories as a child and dream of one day sitting behind the desk.
And I would think, oh my gosh, I want to be like those guys one day. And I developed this love of just writing and reading over the years.
That childhood dream would begin to take shape at Central Michigan University, where his dedication, drive, and work ethic would pay off.
It's just a wow. That's something that I thought about when I was 9 years old. 10 years later, I got my very first job. A lot of people don't know that I worked in Lansing while I was going to school. So I would go to school Monday through Thursday, and then I would get in the car and drive to Lansing Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and I was reporting. From the halls here at CMU to reporting on the streets of Saginaw, this community is my home.
Matt grew up in Detroit, but since 2004, days after graduating from Central, when he did his first story on ABC12.
Did you know today was the Ozone Action Day?
No, I wasn't aware of that.
He has made a connection with our Mid-Michigan viewers and made this area his home.
He's a part of the fabric of our community, whether he's on the news or we just see him at Soggy Bottom downtown.
He's a very fine reporter, somebody who finds a story, gets the details, gets them accurately, and reports them to the public because he always held that duty first and foremost.
As talks continue on a possible merger between Detroit's #1, General Motors, and Detroit's #3, Chrysler.
He earned his reporting stripes and our trust on the automotive beat as the son of a UAW member who knew what the shrinking industry meant to our community.
UAW helped to put me through school, so their issues also affected my family as well. So I really could understand and connect with them about the worry about what's going to happen with their job, what's going to happen with pension. Those things were also impacting my family.
The promotion is aimed at clearing out some of the inventory.
Working nightside, Matt quickly became our newsroom utility player.
He's real. He's real. It affects him. The things that affected us in our lives, they affect him, and he lets us see it.
The department has been feeling the heat since it lost 23 positions due to budget cuts.
From breaking news,
I can't afford to have my taxes raised either,
to city council relating to all of our viewers, having fun on the air and off. Matt takes time to celebrate big moments for the community's most vulnerable, like mental health court graduations.
And when he comes, he makes a big deal out of it. He hugs them, he says wonderful words to them, and the people are always so touched.
Matt shines a light on unsung heroes in our community in his Portraits of Excellence Black History Month series.
All of these stories have been untold stories. All of these people have been doing wonderful, amazing, impactful things.
Some of the toughest times our community faced have come after Matt became my co-anchor. He has helped guide our area right through it.
Especially, Flint being a predominantly African-American community, having a combination of a trusted voice, a person who looks like most of the community, it's very valuable to be able to have that, each and every day.
Matt brought comfort during heartbreaking news like the Flint water crisis.
It is today where we are expected to find out who knew what and when.
Traveling to Washington, D.C. to get answers for our community, provided calm during the unknown like COVID, even as we faced our own fears.
We would have to get up and come to work while everyone else was still at home. And we have to sit there and talk about this unknown virus, but at the same time, we were concerned about our own health. As a human being, how does that make you feel where you have to tell somebody, I'm not going to hurt you, or someone feels like you're going to hurt them?
It's disturbing. It's disturbing. I don't really have a mean bone in my body. I am here to help people. I'm not going to hurt anybody.
Matt shared emotional, personal insight during Black Lives Matter.
Hello from downtown West Branch.
Traveled across Michigan with Back to the Bricks. And through it all, he's been professional, also relatable.
You become family. You learn so much about these people. They're telling you about your community, the world, our country. And again, like with Matt, you see him in the community all the time.
You share your lives when you share an anchor desk for 14 years.
There's a range of emotions that people don't see when the camera's off.
It's incredible the problems you can solve during those 30-second breaks. We've held on to each other, getting through shows during tough times like the loss of each of our fathers. We've laughed until we've cried about bloopers, including a touchscreen mishap that went viral.
Happening along North Michigan.
I'll miss that part the most, the moments behind the scenes with my partner.
I am very blessed to have had a 20-year career, and I'm very blessed to be able to start another career for another 20 years. And not many people can say that, but this has probably been the highlight of my life, has been working here at ABC12 and working alongside you.
The dream that started when Matt was a child has now come full circle.
Look what I got for you.
Today's children now see Matt as an inspiration. And as he leaves ABC12, he leaves behind a lasting legacy.
Oh, there's so much that's happened in 20 years.
Oh my goodness.
A lot has happened.
See you grow up.
I know.
I used to see you were a baby when you started, just days after you got your diploma.
Yeah, 20s, 30s, and part of my 40s. And I have to say thank you to all the UAW workers, Delphi, General Motors, all the ones that ran past me when I was outside trying to get interviews in the cold and in the rain. Thank you for all of you for stopping and taking the time to talk to me, and just seeing a lot of friends. And thank you to the two of you. It's time to wind down an amazing 20-year career. Angie, as she mentioned, won't be here tomorrow, so this is our last show together as a trio here at 6 o'clock. We've been together for 14 years. It's hard to believe, and we've shared so much on this desk, as Angie mentioned, and on this journey, and I will miss working alongside the both of you every single night. It's been a pleasure. Also, thank you to Terry Camp as well and Don Jones for so many years of friendship. And I'll tell you, at Michigan, these four are the best broadcasters and journalists I've ever had the honor of working with. And to the entire ABC12 family, thank you to those I work with now, those I've worked with over the years and who are watching, and those who are no longer with us. You have shaped me and supported me. And now to you, Mid-Michigan. Since announcing my decision to leave, the outpouring of love and positivity from across this community has been overwhelming. I wish I could bottle it up and carry it with me always. You definitely have a way of making someone feel special, and I know that's because you've done that for me for 20 years. You've welcomed me, a 21-year-old from Detroit, fresh out of Central Michigan University, into your homes every night. You celebrated me, you encouraged me, and in the toughest moments of my life, you stood beside me. And that's why it was always my commitment to make sure your stories were told and your voices were heard every single night. It has been a tremendous responsibility and one of the greatest honors of my life to sit in this chair and be part of your lives for 2 decades. For those of you who looked at me as an inspiration of what is possible for your sons, grandsons, nephews, and cousins, I hope that I've made you proud, just as I have been so proud to represent you. It has always been my intention to be a good leader and role model for my community. I appreciate you, and I've cherished every handshake, hug, selfie, and conversation we've shared around town. Now a new chapter begins for me, where I'll begin serving the public in a different way. But let me be very clear, I am not leaving Mid-Michigan. Flint is home. And it's important for me to fully close my chapter here at ABC12, and that'll happen tomorrow night before moving on to the next thing. But stay close to my Facebook page where I'll post what's next. Until then, thank you, Mid-Michigan, for 20 unforgettable years. And know that with your continued support, no matter what the future holds here, my colleagues at ABC12 News are deeply committed to this community and will continue to tell your stories, just as you've trusted me to tell them for the past 2 decades.
It's beautiful, Matt.
Thank you.
Well, when we first found out about this, I shook your hand and I said, I didn't want to shake your, I wanted to twist your arm and make you stay.
Yeah.
I'm not going to do that to you.
Thank you, JR.
You are doing the right thing. And we are glad you're staying in Mid-Michigan, and we are glad you are going to serve us in another way.
Thank you, JR. I appreciate it.
And you're always going to be our family, Matthew.
Thank
you. No matter if we're at this desk or you're going to be having lunch with me and solving all the world's problems with me still. We will all miss you so much, and we're so proud of you.
Thank you.